All right, how's it going today, guys? Happy Monday, start of a new week, new trading week. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope everybody had an enjoyable weekend. First things first, this stream is sponsored by CoinCatch and Tealstreet. They are some of the better platforms out there. I think CoinCatch is a newer one, but I think that they have a great platform for you guys to kind of do some trading on. They got some good pairings, some good listings. Kind of a new one, but at the end of the day, I think that it's worked out really well. And then also Tealstreet, guys. Tealstreet is where we get our level 2 readings. You guys know how important it is for me to see level 2 on BTC and Ethereum. Over here with the order book, over here with the depth chart, I think that Tealstreet offers some of the best insight as far as exchange to exchange data that comes in. So shout out to CoinCatch and shout out to Tealstreet, guys. Let's just kind of look at the structures of what we've had on BTC as far as NPOC levels goes. That's where we start. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to shoot them over in the chat. I like to go back and forth between the chat and my analysis and kind of answer anything that you guys may have questions on, especially if it's something to do with NPOC levels, current ranges, and everything that we do with that. So yeah, we did get a good reaction. You know, first things first, let's get into the most recent long play that we had on Bitcoin. It was to kind of long that 24147. We got a decent reaction after closing it on the weekend. We had about really a good reaction here that kind of was about a 3.3% pump to the upside. But again, guys, not much has really happened. This has just been a slow time within the markets, within BTC, within Ethereum. And to me, it just kind of seems like the narratives are running out, right? Like, I really think that the overall pump of 2023 was like anticipation into the ETF. ETF is here. I don't think that there's new money flowing in right now. I think that everything is kind of, you know, people who bought are just kind of sitting on that. But I do think that, you know, we will potentially get some opportunities to the downside, you know, with how lackluster some of this movement has been. We've been watching it on Tealstreet. We've been watching, you know, kind of everything going on here. And it's just been very slow. Any sort of pump that happens, it's just almost immediately given back. And it's just a sloppy, choppy price action, guys. So gonna just, you know, take that into consideration when you think about your next trades. Take that into consideration when, you know, we're looking at, you know, market environment, that sort of thing, directional bias. I think that, you know, there's a lot that kind of goes on within all of this stuff that I talk about with NPOC levels. And one of them is market sentiment. One of them is market environment. And just know that the market environment, especially on weekends, has just been slow. So I do think that we need some sort of new narrative to kind of get everything up and going again. But this was our most recent long play, and it is kind of played out, right? So it has kind of played out. There's no real play at this level right now, in my opinion. We do change it to an NPOC, to a point of control, and then we can kind of just get rid of it, right? Like, I just don't think that this really offers very much value as of right now for, you know, us to kind of be longing. Yeah, just gonna kind of keep these NPOC levels intact until something kind of happens more or less within volatility and we can kind of get rid of it. But this was ideally the play that I sent over to you guys 2 days ago. So I think that was what, Saturday? That was the long play. We closed, we got a decent reaction, but not much else has kind of really happened. If you didn't long that, where we're looking to long next, you know, I think that's always everybody's first question, you know, where should I be longing? Where should I be shorting? You know, for me right here, we are just kind of at that median ML level, guys, and it's just hard to justify any sort of trade in this area, right? The high conviction areas are going to be upper limit, lower limit, and when it's kind of trading around equilibrium or medium ML, it's just not the ideal entry. So with that being said, we do have NPOC levels at the upper and lower limit, and so it's kind of just having patience for some of those to play out, right? So the next short that we have is up at that 45969, and this is still the area that I'm looking to short next. I'm not really looking to put on any shorts now, although things do look weak. We are still at a resistance mark. I still think that, you know, if we do get this run up, this is where I'm happily shorting BTC next, is kind of up at this 45969, and again, that kind of coincides with a little bit of upper limit that we kind of talked about. I've been sending some charts over in the Telegram over this weekend, and, you know, something like this would be ideal, but overall, that's the same thing as shorting the NPOC level here, guys. And then obviously the long that we have that we created at the end of last month is still that 38939. We do still have NPOC levels down there, 38939 and 38356. We didn't close all those. We left open this NPOC print down here from January 23rd on Tuesday. And so that is another area that I would like to be willing to long and willing to retest, right? So this is kind of what I talk about when I talk about having patience for plans, right? So this is ideally where I'm looking to long next. And that doesn't mean that there can't be trades within this, but again, plan the trade, trade the plan. I don't really have a plan to short here based on NPOC levels. I don't really have a plan to long here based off NPOC levels. We can see that we did create a little bit of a short area at this NPOC here. Previously, it was at like 4267-ish. That was where we wanted to kind of tack on another short, and that kind of does coincide with this median ML resistance level. So if anything, guys, that would be the plan that I'm considering to play right now. You know, like I said, I'm not really willing to short this. I want to short into higher. I still have longs, partial longs on BTC BTC Ethereum that I'm looking for that run up. And so we are technically in a long area for Ethereum. And we did drop down over the weekend and close 2272 out. And again, we can come over here and change this to a point of control. And as far as the low term time frame go, this is where we were looking to long Ethereum next, 2272. And we actually did get a pretty good retest of that and a good reaction. And as of right now, this is still in play, right? This is still a valid long entry, and we still have an NPOC print up here at 2340, which again is giving me that short-term directional bias to the upside to kind of close that out to see, you know, how things react. But again, I still am targeting 2474 on Ethereum, guys. We have been targeting this for a while. I was really kind of targeting this in this area, a little bit of downside, but again, patience, guys. This shit doesn't happen right away. It takes time for it to unfold. NPOC levels take time to trade and reach these levels and kind of grab that liquidity, that sort of thing. So short-term directional bias on Ethereum for me is up 2340, the first target that I want to see. And if you look at just this overall structure, right? Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. And this is somewhat of a trend in this area to the upside. And so I do think 2340 and then 2473 is exactly what we're going to be looking for to the upside on Ethereum. Again, we are currently in an active long based off NPOC levels. I am long from lower on Ethereum. My entry on ETH is 2187. So I was kind of longing within this area on these wicks here based off some low term time frame entries on the lower limit, that sort of thing. We can get into that in a second, but I'm still long ETH. I did take a round of profits into this NPOC print here, just like I took a round of profits on BTC as well. You know, not going to overthink Ethereum. You know, where am I going to short Ethereum next? Well, it's going to be a considered short at 2474, right? So I think we kind of created that end of last month. That is where I'm going to be considering another short on ETH. I'm not going to short here. You know, you can potentially look for something like this, right, on the low term time frames. Again, this is just all based if you want to be trading low term time frames. You don't have to be trading them. Waiting for those higher conviction trades is still the better thing to do. But yeah, you know, you could look, if this trend line breaks down, then you can look for a retest of this area at that 21.8 area. But again, not going to anticipate support being broken, right? That's not how we trade. You know, support levels stay support until proven otherwise. And, you know, at support, what do? You long support. So still, for me, thinking that Ethereum is on the long side, even if we do get a retest of lower limit, I still think that it is a long, just because that is high term time frame support. 2 hour median ML current range support, lower limit is where we want to be longing. Not too much else to talk about, guys. I don't want to be like redundant. I don't want to bombard you guys with charts over in the Telegram. I think that we have our setups, and now it's kind of just having patience for those setups to play out, having patience for those to reach those high conviction areas for us. You know, Ethereum, the next long lower based off of our NPOC prints, if you're not willing to long 2272, is going to be down at 2037. That's been the long that we've kind of wanted for a while now. So again, if price does drop down to that area, not going to get bearish, going to just understand that it is a support level that we've been wanting to long for a little bit of time now. Going to look to relong that. But as far as low term time frame goes, I think that ETH is looking decent right now. Low term time frames are looking like the buys are kind of stacked in this 2300 area. Sells kind of getting chewed through. You know, you can kind of again look at the depth of chart, look at the order books. This is why I love Tealstreet and level 2 trading, because you can really get a good read at certain levels, that sort of thing. What's your play on Sui? To hold that motherfucker until I'm a millionaire. I think Sui has the best potential upside this coming cycle, but you guys gotta understand, I'm long from 38 cents. We caught the Pico bottom on Sui. I took this trade live with you guys. This was the whole setup right here, but this is why it's important to kind of be tuned in with live streams, right? We created this setup back in June of 2023. Someone was asking me about it earlier when price was around that 74 cents area, and what did I say? I said that I wanted a retest, a break of these lows before I'm interested in longing again. Somebody asked about it in the live stream again. This is where we were sitting. We were sitting around this area. It was literally the Pico bottom, and I literally think that this will run up until I make 6 to 7 figures off of it, because there's no reason. Sui has been so strong. If you think like, again, this is all spot, right? If it was leverage, it'd be a little bit different. I probably would have been taking profits already, but this is all spot for me. Putting about 15 to 20K in at 38 cents can really, during peak bull market, can turn you into high 6 figures, low 7 figures. That's the power of some of these trades. And so for me, my plan on Sui is to diamond ball that motherfucker until I'm up 6 to 7 figs. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for everything that you continue to do, all of the support. Thank you guys as always. always, I'm very, very grateful, very happy to have you guys in my community. If you guys have any questions, do not be afraid to reach out. Go on over to tradewithcastillo.com and register under the VIP members tab, guys. That is where all my content is. You can look at the last 4 weeks to kind of catch the video series, NPOC updates, live streams, VIP breakdown segments on Friday. Also, subscribe on YouTube. The editors are doing an incredible job for me. Going to be pumping a lot of content into this year, into next year. A lot of stuff in the works, guys. I got a lot of stuff in the works with Castillo AI trading too. This has been very, very base in the very start of everything. We got high-term time frame investments coming. We got 4-hour signals coming. You know, we even got copy trading coming to CoinCatch soon. So that is what I'm leading into with all this, guys. A lot more to come. And guess what? It's all going to be fucking free for you. You're not going to pay me a cent. You don't have to pay me anything. You're not going to line my pocket. I'm not going to take your money. All that I ask is you use a couple of the referral links and a couple of the partners that I have. And you know, it really does help me out to continue to provide free content for you guys. So I really appreciate all you guys here. Really appreciate the questions. Really appreciate every one of you. And I'll see you over in the Telegram. Peace.